Hello guys, welcome to Co Academy. Guys, in this video, we'll be talking about a very famous theory in sociology, and that is Max Weber's concept of bureaucracy. Remember Max Weber, where does this come into place? The theory of bureaucracy. Max Weber believed that the society, as society develops, it progresses from its belief on traditions and customs to being a more rationally thinking and rationally organized society. Okay, so that is the background over which this theory of bureaucracy developed. Okay, Max Weber said that in a modern societies, complex societies where there is industrial production and all those things, society can only move if people think rationally and they manage their affairs in a very rational way. And as a result of his concept of rationalization, he gave the concept of bureaucracy. That bureaucracy is the most efficient form and both most rational form of a group in a society. Okay, and that group, that organization is very important to keep the society going insofar as the modern society is concerned for industrial production and its economic way of organizing things. So Weber says that bureaucracy is a rational organization, and he says that for a bureaucracy, he defines certain characteristics, which he states that these are the ideal type. Okay, ideal type. Remember this word. This is also a word which Weber uses. So these are the ideal type. Then that is the best characteristics of a bureaucracy. I mean, if there is to be a bureaucracy, it has to be along these lines. Okay, that is how the bureaucracy will function efficiently and rationally. Okay. So what are these objectives? Well, what are these characteristics of bureaucracy? Well, first is division of labor. Okay, Weber talked that he maintained that in a bureaucracy, jobs need to be broken down into simple, routine, and well-defined tasks. Okay, one person can't do everything. Okay, one person can't manage the entire. Remember that don't confuse bureaucracy with government organizations. Okay, bureaucracy is also Weber's bureaucracy is also about big corporations and how they are organized. Okay, so I will give examples from both government sector organizations and private sector organizations. So in private sector organizations, you see, and even in government, that one person is not, let's suppose the government is trying to start a project. Okay, now one person will not be doing the project from end to end. Okay, he will only be doing a part of that project on which he has this specialist skills. For example, if he's an engineer, then he will be looking on the engineering side of the project. If a person is a finance guy, then he will be looking after the affairs of the budgeting and all those things. So everybody has his own particular job according to his skills and training. Okay, so that is what division of labor is. Secondly, there is authority and hierarchy in a bureaucracy. In a bureaucracy, positions are organized in a hierarchy with a clear chain of command. Okay, so there is a hierarchy. I mean, I am reporting to somebody up above me, and that above is reporting to somebody above him. So there is a chain of command. So directions flow from top to down, and accountability flows from down to upwards. Okay, if I am working for somebody, then that somebody will give me the directions. So the directions are moving top to down, and I will be accountable to him. So accountability is moving from down to up. So there has to be division of labor, there has to be a hierarchy, then there has to be some formal selection. Remember that Weber said that bureaucracy is the most rational form of organization. So in order for it to act rationally and perform in the most efficient way, there has to be formal selection. People need to be selected for jobs based on technical qualifications. I mean, you can't just have nepotism and people hiring their favorites and their blue-eyed boys. No, that's not how an efficient bureaucracy works. You have to hire people based on their technical competencies. So that was the third characteristic of Weber's bureaucracy, an ideal type bureaucracy, that there has to be formal selection of the people. Then there are formal rules and regulations. Remember that the essence of bureaucracy is not the people. Okay, it's not the people. It's not the you know team discussions. It's formal rules and regulations, and these are systems of written rules and standard operating procedures. So if I have a nice office, and if somebody comes to me and they have a work for me, and then I won't do it unless I see all the rules, that okay, do I have a jurisdiction on this, which let's suppose a customer has come to me and he wants to do something. I will look into the rules and rule book and say that okay, do I have the authority to perform this, or does another department another person from another department, he has the authority to perform this task. Okay, so I won't just get up and whatever I am asked, I will perform it. No, because ultimately I will be accountable for following the rules as well. If I flout the rules, if I act out of the rules, okay, within out of the boundaries which I'm allowed to do, then I will be accountable. I have to answer for those, because since people are working in silos, okay, people are working within their own jurisdictions, so they have to operate within those rules. Another characteristic of Weber's ideal type bureaucracy is impersonality. It is there are uniform application of rules and controls and not according to personality. So it doesn't matter if you are very bright, you are an average, you have to have, operate according to some rules and regulations. Uh, the last point of Weber's bureaucracy is that there is career orientation. Managers in bureaucracy are career professionals, not owners of the units they manage. In both in government sector as well as in private sector, the people who are managing these organizations, they are not the owners of the organizations. Okay, they are just managing these organizations. So if they are not owners of the organizations, and they don't see the reward directly proportional to the efforts they put in, because they are not the shareholders in the profits of the organization, so there has to be some incentive to those people. So the incentive is in the form of a career path. Okay, if they work hard, then there will be a career path for them. They will be promoted to senior positions, and further on senior positions, and with senior positions they would get more pay and perks. So that is how you keep the people going, you motivate them, because remember that Karl Marx also said that in a modern capitalist system, there is alienation between the labor and the product of labor, because the product of the labor, the labor on which the product on which the labor is working, that does not belong to the labor. It's taken away by the capitalist. So Weber also says that because people, the managers, the workers are not the organization, are not the owners in a bureaucracy, you have to have a clear career path to keep them going, to keep them motivated. So these were the essential characteristics of a bureaucracy which Weber identified, that these have to be there if the bureaucracy is to perform efficiently. And bureaucracy is, remember, as Weber says, that rational. Remember the word rational. It is a rational organization of people in a particular setting, so that the tasks are accomplished in the most efficient way. Okay, and that's it for now. Thanks for watching.